Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we complete a bracket challenge to determine the best bourbon under $30 from an Inside Monkey article. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Luke Otero, Jason Browner, and Darren McElroy.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hey, everybody.
Hey. Oh, so yeah, we've got this bracket challenge today. We're going to be running through it. They threw out some best bourbons that they thought under $30. Now, whether you agree with the list or not, that's not what we're doing today. We're playing a bracket challenge based on their list, so we can't override anything that they said and say, well, this is better. So there's things that you see on here that will automatically make you question why that's on there versus something else. So, but we'll get to that after the break. For right now, Luke said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, Luke?
Yeah, I hope everyone had a good summer and kicking off to the fall really well. A lot of good, cool weather coming. I know people don't really like that because that just ushers in cold weather. But
yes,
I'd like to know what everyone does as far as when they start locking up their grills outside and put it away for the fall or winter. And
yeah. I mean, for me, grilling for me is a year-round thing. Now, I certainly slow down. People tell you, I grill just as much in the winters. I don't grill as much in the winters, but I do grill. Mine stays out. I got a big green egg. It stays out on the deck. I do cover it in case it's snowing and all that kind of stuff. But it's easy to quickly uncover. And if there's a nice day, I can use it all year round. So mine stays out, but it does get covered, and that'll happen once we start getting into the below freezing stuff. Because you never know when there might be some snow or something like that. So that's what I do. That's my game plan when it comes to grilling. How about you guys?
So my grill is, I'm waiting for it to die. So it is not getting covered up this winter. It is going to have to face the full force of St. Louis winters. Okay. But I do have a hard no more camping after this day. And that day is November 2nd. That is when I cut the line. I'm done camping until spring sometime.
Okay. All right.
Why November 2nd?
I don't know. It was a day I picked.
What if it's
one
nice?
day and I was like, it's usually cold by then and it sucks. So,
but sometimes, November can be 80 degrees anymore. It feels like, So, Darren's a weird guy because it'll be, I'll be working with him, or I'll see him on like a Thursday and I'll be like, I just decided I was going to go sleep out in the woods last night. He'll go drive somewhere and sleep out in the woods. Crazy. Yep. Shit he does. The nights I'm going to be sleeping on the
bring a steak and a bottle of whiskey. What else? Sit in a hammock and...
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Simple man.
Yeah, that's an option, I guess.
All right. Beka, how about you two in grilling? What about the Neelys? Which, by the way, you do all the grilling, I know. Royce doesn't grill.
I do. We don't really let's be fair. We don't really have like a great grill. This grill is like a grill like Royce had down at the distillery.
Yeah.
And like, it's kind of, I mean, it's not a piece of shit. He says
it's not great
nice.
either.
I don't really give a shit about this grill. Just to be fair, I think it's, I mean, like at one point we had a fucking like a hornet's nest in it. So I personally don't care about this grill.
Right.
And so the more abuse it takes, the better for me.
Okay.
And so
like Darren, you want to rapidly age the grill.
Yes, I do. I want to rapidly age a grill. I would like for a plow truck to hit it, but that would take me like pushing it down into the road, obviously.
Right.
So the worse our grill gets, the better for me because I want a new grill.
Okay.
So there won't be any locking up.
So if you could get a new grill, I know that's not happening right. What would you get? You're going to stick with you got like a propane grill now.
I'll stick with propane. I'm not doing anything that's going to like make me work anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not doing charcoal grilling. I'm not doing anything like that. You men that do that shit, you don't do any of the other fucking cooking. So that's why it's
I do all the grilling though. 100% grilling. I'm
gonna grill the 4 times out of the year. I'm gonna grill. So I'm gonna fucking throw down some charcoal because now it's a fun thing for me to do.
More than 4 times.
Fuck. You guys don't you don't ever cook anyways.
I cook more than I grill.
It's a whole thing.
You live by yourself.
I do. You're right.
So it's a whole thing for guys that decide that they're honey, I decided I'm gonna cook for us one time. Good for you. Yeah, it's a whole like you want a whole fanfare, you want a whole fucking parade about the fact that you're using some charcoal.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, no offense to you, Steve, but fuck off. Like I'm not getting charcoal. I'm gonna use propane because it's easy. I can do that whenever. I'm not, I'm coming home from the distillery. I'm not gonna be like, well, guess I need to go fucking light the charcoal and wait it to warm up or whatever the fuck I have to do. Not doing it.
It's almost like indoor-outdoor kitchen.
Convenience.
Yeah, that's convenience.
It needs to be convenience, and I'm not using
interested in Jason, what he's got in terms of what he grills on when he's at the house.
So in my last house, I had a whole outdoor kitchen built. So I grill 24/7, and I do all the cooking, Beka, most of it anyway.
I fully believe that.
I could see that. I believe that
That
too.
was all geared to Steve Akeley, not you, Jason.
Hey, I cooked that chicken breast.
None of that had anything to do with
Royce was on the phone that time. I cooked that chicken breast.
That was 1,000% attacks on Steve.
I cooked that chicken breast.
Cook some chicken, Steve.
Yeah, I did.
Cook some chicken.
Royce was on the phone with me. It was delicious.
That the charcoal can be a bit much. I prefer propane just because I can.
Because you're lazy. Yeah.
Because he's a chef.
I can do a little bit of smoking. I can do all kinds of shit
with propane.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I can do some smoking and whatever. So there's and propane is just it's quicker especially when I've got to cook all this other stuff.
A microwave's quicker than an oven too, so you should just use that. I guess. There. Get rid of your oven. Throw that away. Just use your microwave. Ding! Oh, dinner's ready, kids.
Steve can't even barely use the microwave. Don't listen to him at all, Jason.
my fair share of cooking.
Jason's yelling, Hot Pockets!
Cooked my whole life,
Jason's a chef.
Okay. Fair enough.
What I get towards the winter is not putting the grill away because it never goes away. It's getting the hot tub out and getting in it. And that is what the winter means for me is hot tub weather.
Hot tub season. Okay.
If I could grill while I was in the hot tub, it'd be perfect.
That'd be perfect. All right. Luke, you asked the question. What's your plan?
Wow. Well, I didn't know it was going to spark such a emotional conversation, but we wrap it up. Beka, just so you know, I do the majority of cooking in and out.
Whoa. Yeah,
I believe that. I fully believe that.
I'll teach her.
Yeah, and I'm still old school. I've got a really nice smoker grill that I use charcoal, and I love doing it.
Thank you. That's very manly. Very normal.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's manly. Very manly of you.
Very manly, Luke. Congratulations. Yep.
But yeah, up here it's under a nice little shelter. But in any event, I kind of cover it up at the end, right after the Halloween.
Halloween. Okay. Fair enough. There you go. There is an inside scoop of what do we do with our grilling. All right. It is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Darren this time. Darren, what do you got?
I've got some Old Jet Brothers, finished in Portuguese Madeira wine barrels.
Okay. Okay. There's a lot going on there. There's some squeak. There was a pop and maybe even a hit of a mic there. So, but it's definitely the lead. So there was noise there. All right, Jason, what do you got?
I'm going with Woodinville.
Okay.
Finished in a port cast, 90 proof.
All right.
There.
Save this one.
Swing and a miss.
Okay.
Microphone over here. Something.
You think you do need a new mic, I guess. All right, Luke, what do you got?
I've got this Rapid Age, this Old Fitzgerald, 19-year-old. I'm going to kill it. So
Oh, yeah.
nothing.
It was a knock. It was, oh, there you go. Congratulations, Luke. I heard 2 cork pops there.
More of a thud.
All right, Becca, you're next.
It's dead, though.
I've got some new riff. This is their malted rye.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. That's pretty good. Enough to take the lead clearly. I've got some Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond. The new stuff. All right, here we go. Slide on the set. No, Becca again. Becca got it. There you go. Congrats and cheers to Becca.
Hell
Here's
yeah.
Becca.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we have this Insider Monkey article, and it tells us the best bourbons under $30. We're going to bracket challenge them and see which one is actually the best. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. We're also sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop focuses exclusively on barrel picks. It's the job of owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot to seek out distilleries that are making the best whiskey in the world, taste through their barrels, and select the ones that are off-profile in the best way possible. They have high standards and refuse to allow anything into their store other than something they would be proud to have their name on. This leads to some really awkward conversations with distilleries that can't make it, but they do it for you, their customers. Learn more about what is going on at their St. Louis-based store by heading over to abvbarrelshop.com. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. McNeil, what did you say you wanted?
A Jaguar tequila.
Why?
It's so because it's pretty. It's like I don't think it's a decanter, but it's a bottle. It is fucking 3 feet long. It's in the display case. You have to ask for them to unlock for you. It's $300. And I'm like, it's so pretty. It looks like a whole big ass cat. It's probably shitty tequila inside of it, but it's a tequila Jaguar, and I fucking want it. I want it so bad.
And you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're going to figure out the best bourbon under $30 according to Inside Monkey.
Yes, we are. So the challengers are as follows: Wild Turkey 101, Evan Williams Bottled and Bond, Old Forester 86 proof, Early Times Bottled and Bond, Larceny, Jim Beam, Very Old Barton 100 proof, and finally Old Granddad Bottled and Bond. So they're going to match up like this. Early Times Bottled and Bond will be taking on Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. Tough first round matchup there. Old Granddad Bottled and Bond takes on Larceny. Then you've got Wild Turkey 101 versus Old Foe 86. And finally Jim Beam versus Very Old Barton 100. Actually, some pretty tough matchups here. So
Yeah.
Very tough.
stuff. Yep. Round number 1 up first is going to be Darren. Darren, you're first. Early Times Bottle and Bond versus Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. Which do you like better out of those two?
Early Times Bottle and Bond up until recently wasn't available in Missouri, so that's going to cost us my vote this time. So I'm going with Evan Williams Bottle and Bond.
Evan Williams Bottle and Bond goes up 1-0. What do you think, Luke?
You know, I'm a big Evan Williams guy, so I'm gonna go with that. Yeah.
Evan Williams goes up 2-0. What do you think, Jason?
This is pretty open and shut case. We have that Evan Williams Bottled and Bond in the well there at Bourbons, and it is just superb whiskey. So I'm going to shut the door on it with the Evan Williams for sure.
Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. That's cool. You got that in the well, man.
Yeah.
Congrats on that. 100 proof bourbon in the well. That's unheard of. So very cool. When you got a good bourbon bar, that's the kind of stuff you do. So there you go. All right. Evan Williams Bottle and Bond does move on. Round number 2, our matchup is Old Granddad Bottle and Bond versus Larceny. Round number 2, Luke, what do you think? This is the easiest one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an old Granddad. Yep.
Yep. Jason, what do you think? Old Granddad Bottle and Bond or Larceny? Old Granddad.
Next on the shopping blocks. I know it's not the 114, but I'm a huge Old Granddad fan with Basil Hayden on the cover there.
But this is where it gets into questionable to me because and maybe nationally I don't know, but the old Granddad 114 is less than $30. Seems like if you're going to choose an Old Granddad, that'd be the one, but it's not. Again, we don't make the list though, folks. So there you go. All right, Old Granddad is up 2-0 at this point. Miss Beka Sue, you're next. Old Granddad Bottle and Bond or Larceny?
Old Granddad all day.
Yeah, this was the easiest one, I think, of our matchups.
Larceny should have stayed locked away.
Yeah. So there you go. Next up, this one's I think easier too. Not as easy as that last one. And then this next one after that's going to get where it gets tough again. Wild Turkey 101 versus Old Foe 86. Again, I'd like both of these, but I do think there's a winner here. It's in a close call. Jason, what do you think?
Well, we did a blind test the other day and put 101 up against Rare Breed and then Kentucky Spirit. And 101 actually beat Kentucky Spirit out.
Wow.
Which in a blind, it was hands down. It was unbelievable. So definitely Wild Turkey 101 it's a big sleeper out there. And I actually just love it. So
all right.
Wild Turkey 101.
Miss Beka Sue, what do you think? Wild Turkey 101 or Old Foe 86?
Wild Turkey 101, 100% again.
Yeah,
it's 101%.
I'm 101% on this too. Yeah, Wild Turkey 101 it is, and it moves on. All right, next up is Jim Beam. Again, this is going to be their white label versus Very Old Barton 100. Round number 4. What do you think, Beka, out of those two? Jim Beam white label or VOB 100?
I don't really like Barton.
Okay.
That 100 proof, honestly. So with this one, I'm gonna go Jim Beam on.
Yeah. Whew, this is tough. I grew up on Jim Beam for sure, but I do like the 100 proof stuff better. And Very Old Barton is a great value bourbon. I've always said it's one of the sleepers, and I brought it on. I've done some blind tastings. We've done some when we used to be in that bourbon club. We did some blind tastings. We had to go under $20. Bring a bourbon that then was blind tasted out, and I won with Very Old Barton 100, by the way. So I got to go for that. So I'm going to go VOB 100. It means it's tied up with Beam. What do you think? Round number 4, Darren.
I think I'm going to have to go with Jim Beam. That was what got me into whiskey, and it still holds up today.
Okay. Luke, what do you think is better, Jim Beam or Very Old Barton 100?
You know, I was not a big fan of Very Old Barton 100, and then I started liking it. So, but you know, kind of like Darren, Jim Beam was one in my formidable years, and I still like it actually.
Mm-hmm. So going Jim Beam?
Yeah, Jim Beam.
That means Jim Beam moves on. Our final four looks like this: Evan Williams Bottle and Bond versus Old Granddad Bottle and Bond. Wild Turkey 101 versus Jim Beam. Well, that's a classic matchup there. I mean, that's a couple of titans fighting. All right, round number 5. Up first is going to be me. Evan Williams Bottle and Bond or Old Granddad Bottle and Bond. Both fine products. I like them both. I do think that there is a clear-cut winner here, and for me, that's Old Granddad Bottled and Bond. So I'm going to give that my vote. It goes up 1-0. Darren, what do you think?
I also love Evan Williams, and it is a great value option, but I got to go with Granddad Bottle and Bond.
Old Granddad Bottle and Bond goes up 2-0. Up next is Luke.
I like them both, but I'm really still loving Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. Yeah.
Evan Williams has life then, so yeah, that's good. It's still around. So yeah, next up is going to be Jason.
As much as I like OGD, I'm going with the Evan Williams.
All right, so here's where we're at.
I'd love to do a blind taste with everybody on here with these two.
Okay. All right, so here's where we're at. Old Granddad Bottle and Bond versus Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. Old Granddad flies out of the gate, goes up 2-0 instantly in the snap of the fingers, and we think this thing's over. And then Evan Williams gets a vote. And then you start hearing that Rocky music playing, and then here comes Jason, and here Rocky's coming out swinging. It's tied up now. Yeah, can it complete the ultimate turnaround here? It's going to come down to Beka. Is it going to fly now? Evan Williams Bottle of Bond or Old Granddad Bottle of Bond? Which is the better one?
Remember that time that Rocky lost?
Yeah, I think he lost all of them.
Every time.
Which time?
Once again, he's going to lose. I'm going Old Granddad, 100%.
Old Granddad.
That's all me.
All right, Old Granddad BIB moves to the finale. All right, the next one that's open here, last one to get into the finale is going to be either Wild Turkey 101 or Jim Beam. Round number 6, up first is Darren.
So when I was doing show prep, and I would have put all my money on one horse, and that horse rhymes with. It doesn't rhyme. It's Wild Turkey 101.
That was a very terrible setup you did.
It was not very well thought through.
I was going to try and rhyme with 101, and I was like, wait, that doesn't.
It rhymes with Shmano Mom.
All right. Wild Turkey 101 apparently goes up 1-0. We don't know for sure. Luke, what do you think?
Wild Turkey 101 is my vote.
Wild Turkey 101 goes up 2-0. Jason, what do you think?
Well, like everybody was talking about Jim Beam earlier with the white label and how they brought back fuzzy memories and all that crap. I actually said this the other day. I was at my buddy's farm. Last of the night, we go to the liquor cabinet. We've drank everything from top to bottom, and there's a bottle of Jim Beam in there. I pulled it out and looked at it, I set it back, and just went to bed. I said, if I had to drink Jim Beam White Label, and I love them all there. I love everybody there. But I think this is their worst product, even though it's their top seller. Hey, you gotta go with that.
Okay.
If I had to drink Jim Beam for the rest of my life, I would quit drinking.
Okay, there you go.
So, Wild Turkey 101.
Well, that means Wild Turkey 101 moves to the finale. All right. This is another thing when we talk about get runner in the Hall of Fame. Remember the time there was a blind tasting, you versus Fred No, who could pick out more of the Beam products, name which they were, by taste only. And you beat him.
It was by smell only.
Oh, by smell only. Okay, by smell only. And you beat him. If I'm Fred, no, I don't even do that kind of stuff just for this.
Yeah,
Just
no,
reason.
just in case.
I would never just throw it out there. I'd be like, well, of course I'm going to beat Jason. I'm not going to do this. Yeah.
It'd be embarrassing for him. I'm not doing that now.
It was pretty tough. I got 7 out of 11, and he got 5.
It's not good.
No, yeah. All right, round number 7. This is our finale. Old Granddad Bottle and Bond versus Wild Turkey 101. Interesting, very interesting. Jason, you're going to start this one off. What do you think?
As much as I love Old Granddad, it never should have made this round.
Okay.
Evan Williams and the Wild Turkey would have been a good battle, but Wild Turkey all the way for me.
Wild Turkey 101 takes the lead up 1-0. Becca, what do you think? Old Granddad Bottle and Bond or Wild Turkey 101?
This may come as a surprise, but I'm going Wild Turkey on this one.
Ow!
Wild Turkey.
I do like that Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with my heart here. I like both of these. I really do. They're both fine bourbons, both well priced. But Wild Turkey 101 is clearly the winner here, right? I mean, Wild Turkey 101 is our champion. Best bourbon under $30. There you go. You heard it here first, the Bourbon Daily. So there you go. All right. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Darren, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram trying to figure out how to rhyme at The Bourbon Adventures.
All right. Luke.
You can find me at Luke Otero on LinkedIn and at Santa Fe Boutique Wines on Instagram.
All right, Jason.
Instagram on the Bluegrass Bourbon Baron. And then,
it's always an adventure.
And then we're on all the platforms of Buzzard Roost and Bourbon's Bistro.
Okay. All right.
Always well put.
Yeah, for sure. Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. We put everything out there. We've got so many shows out there. If you're going on a road trip, check us out, abvnetwork.com. Plenty of shows to listen to. And by the way, if you like what we're doing, please head over to the ABV Barrel Shop. You can see us live. Hang out with us, see what's going on, taste some of our whiskey. We've got great barrel picks, so check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Later.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some of the great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro is owned and operated by Russell Creed, who makes stills for the hobby distiller. He offers a one-stop shop for everything the at-home distiller needs. Whether it's a small, experimental stovetop still or something bigger you run outside, he has the still or parts you would have difficulty fabricating yourself if you were trying to build a DIY still project. Additionally, he has resources to assist in creating unique distilled spirits, including heirloom grains, barrels for aging, and recipes. Check out Russell's company online at moonshinestillpro.com. Finally, I have a question for you. Have you ever boxed a bear? Of course not. That'd be silly. Bears really don't follow the rules, so shots in the back of the head, punches to the nuts, and scrums after the bell would be the norm. A better idea would be to enjoy Boxing Bear Whiskey, a brand crafted by Nobleton's Distilling House in Union, Missouri, and sold exclusively at the ABV Barrel Shop in suburban St. Louis. This is a popular offering that sells out quickly, but when you're in town, stop by the ABV Barrel Shop and see if they have it in stock. Better yet, sign up for their email and text distribution over at abvbarrelshop.com, and you'll know exactly when it is in stock. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.